Hey guys, so I'm going to be talking about the benefits of having a healthy work-life balance. And there's pretty much five factors that go into this. The first benefit is saving time. The next is enjoy going to and being at work. The third is improved motivation. Fourth is lowered levels of stress. And fifth is just overall general better health. So saving time, and obviously when you're spending more time at work, it's hard on the relationship you have with your family, friends, loved ones, things like that. And so one study found by the Work Family Directions, which is a child care and family consulting and counseling service, is that if one person spends 17 hours per year less at work and they use those 17 hours at home, it actually results in an 80% drop in at-home issues, which is astounding. And those issues can be things like issues with childcare, spousal fights, fights with families, fights with friends. So you'll find that you'll have stronger relationships with those people, but you also find that you'll have more time to do more hobbies and traveling and things like that. So obviously, when you have more time at home, it creates stronger family bonds. This also includes your friends. And when you're spending more time with them, obviously the bonds will be stronger and you'll be feeling happier overall. It also reduces employer costs, which is just a mutually beneficial factor of this as well. Next up is that you enjoy going to and being at work. So when you find yourself enjoying being at work, you'll find that there's higher levels of commitment to the place that you work at, but also in your personal life. When you're enjoying something like work and you enjoy being there, you'll find that when you go home, you'll be just as happy, if not more happy. And that pertains to everyone around you, your family, your friends, brothers, sisters, everyone that's around you. You'll find that you'll enjoy being around them a little bit more, and you're going to have higher levels of commitment to them, and you'll want to be there for them more, and they'll be want to be there for you more as well. You'll also find that you'll have higher levels of job satisfaction, and this plays a huge part in wanting to be at work. When you're satisfied with your job and you're enjoying what you're doing, you're going to want to be there more. And this has to do with helping retain organizational knowledge better. When you're enjoying what you do and being at work, you'll find that you'll see how important your job is, and you'll better be able to better explain how much of a role you play in the everyday function of your job. This also has to do with being less absent from work. There's actually a study that shows there's a 50% drop in absenteeism. And when you're using time like to miss work, to skip or whatever, because you don't want to be there because you hate your job or you don't want to be there or you're having issues, that takes away from the experience of being at work and also brings a negative feeling of being at home because you should be spending that time at work or you're missing out on money and whatnot as well. So you'll be able to find that you'll spend the days that you do have away from work on things you actually want to do, like vacations or spending time with family, rather than just skipping to skip work. Up next is you'll have improved motivation. So you'll be less likely to skip work, like I said, but this also includes other activities. When you're more improved, in terms of motivation, you'll find that you'll want to go to work parties, go out with friends, go to family events, and whatnot a lot more. You'll also be more productive at work. And by being more productive at work, it means you find a way to be more efficient at your job. And when you're more efficient at your job, it leads to higher success, which is the last part there. When you're more highly motivated, you'll be more successful in your job. And a study by Johnson & Johnson found that 45% of men and 50% of women actually turn down promotions if it negatively impacts their home life. So if you're finding that the stress and hard hours of work are taking away from your personal life, you're not going to want to be promoted to lose more time at home. So there you go. Next is lowered stress. You'll find that with lowered stress, you're going to have increased friendships and better relationships with your friends, family, loved ones, whatever. You'll also find that you'll have a decreased workload. Obviously, with the more work, projects, assignments you have, your stress will be increased. But by spending more time at home and having that healthy balance between work and life, you'll have a decreased workload that will be just perfect and help you kind of manage it all better. And a study done by the Northwestern National Life Insurance Company found that 72% of all workers have experienced 3 or more stress-related illnesses from overworking. And obviously that plays a huge factor on your stress levels and how you're feeling physically, mentally, and how it affects those around you. Lastly is just generally just better health. You'll have lower risk of cardiovascular disease, a stronger immune system, less migraines and headaches, fewer body aches and body stiffness, decreased feelings of depression, which will help you fight things like substance addiction, irritability. You'll have stronger coping skills. You'll have increased self-esteem, and you'll feel better about yourself because you're more confident and happy. And this leads to stronger mental health and less physical fatigue. So with that, I'll pass it on to Anna, who will talk about improving work-life balance as a whole.